All right. Making my way down. Fuck that song. All right. Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together, BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. This week's musical artist is the Cramps. This was Tim's pick. That's Tim.
That's me.
It's our. That was his pick for Spooky Month. I picked Alkaline Trio. I'm Jason. That was last week and the week before. And before that, Bill picked Paramore. Remember that when we get to the color code of the Cramps, that Bill, for his spooky pick, picked Paramore.
I mean, I think objectively the Cramps are spookier than Paramore.
We'll get to that. So yeah, we're talking Fiends of Dope Island. If you missed the previous 7 videos, we are a playlist link channel. Click the playlist link down below, and you can watch all of them in a row. Onward to Fiends of Dope Island, 2003. What's crazy is Tim kind of mentioned it. I don't remember what album it was, Elvis or whatever, where he said like it was recorded here, but it still sounds like old school. This was recorded in 2003 and still sounds like the 50s. Like that to me is insanely crazy and good. Like the Cramps never fucking change. But Tim, you want to start us off on this one?
Sure. Yeah, no, they don't change. It's the Cramps. I think the biggest change right off the bat is no Poison Ivy on the cover. That's a new one. And then probably my second least listened to album going into this discography that I was familiar with. I know I'd heard it before. Because Papa Satan Say Louie is a top song contender. That song's awesome. Big Black Witchcraft Rock. Great opener. Just kind of, you're just getting spookier and spookier on this one. Hang Up was good. Fisher of Rolando was good. Dr. Fucker MD, the musical deviant, top song contender. I loved that one. The Dope Fiend Boogie, I liked that one too. And I really liked Taboo. And then moving on to side 2, like a bunch of great stuff here, man. Like Elvis fucking Christ. That's a great song. She's Got Balls. Great. Ooey Baby. Great. Mojo Man from Mars. Yeah, sign me up. Okay, I'm in. And then probably my highlight on the B-side here, Color Me Black. What a great song. Top song contender. And then I don't know if I heard Wrong Way Ticket on my playlist. I don't have any notes for that one.
Damn it.
But I'm going to assume that it was a banger.
My notes say wasn't on Spotify. I was confused on this one. I was going to ask you about it.
Okay, They end on a mystery. I love it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. This one's one of the reasons that it's one of my least listened to, because I was certainly aware of it when it came out. But I mean, for 20 years, I'm having trouble finding a physical copy of this album in any format.
What label is it? They weren't on Epitaph. They left
No,
Epitaph.
This is on their own label called Vengeance Records. So who knows how many actually got printed up and where the distribution went. This was also the height of like the downloading. And so that is where I heard it. But I never actually seen a physical copy of this album. And so it's kind of high on my list right now. If I ever do, I'm picking it up because it's a great album. It sounds modern, but it sounds vintage. It sounds like the Cramps doing what the Cramps do. They almost sound like they've even amped it up even more. Like this is just like wildly in your face, fun album. Um, yeah, I liked it.
My notes say Big Black. At this point, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Papa Satan, it's slow, it's swinging. Hang Up, kind of the same, just less swingy than Papa. Still great Clamps lyrics. Fissure, still a little on the slow side, but the tones are still old school sounding. Doesn't sound like 2003 at all. Dr. Fucker MD, Rock and Roll Emergency, potential top song contender. Dope Fiend Boogie, speaking of top song contenders, Dope Fiend is definitely a top song contender. Taboo, Ivy is making that guitar sound sexy as fuck. It's a cover, but like always, they make it their own. Elvis fucking Christ, I like the harmonica shit that Lux had going on. She's Got Balls, best song on the album right here. Solid brass like the Taj Mahal. Owie Baby's fine. Mojo Man has that 70s spy theme thing going on again. It's top tier. Color Me Black's another slow one, but I like the stab you in the back part. And Wrong Way Ticket, it wasn't on Spotify. I was confused. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about the album art when we get to Is It Art. I got some things to say about that album art, but we'll get there. It's not my
So are
turn to
you guys
guess.
telling me I'm the only one here that listened to Wrong Way Ticket
Wow, where did you find it?
on YouTube? So I
Okay.
actually quickly looked up the playlist. So actually, the playlist that I listened to on YouTube, it was all the Cramps as like the channel, and then the this one was it was a channel that wasn't the Cramps actually listed.
Ah, okay. Yep.
So I'm wondering, I don't like that being said with it, for the final song of a discography, actually, it's pretty damn good.
Okay.
Like, I mean, Tim,
I'll
your
take your
guess is
word
it
for it.
would be a banger. Like, if if you like everything the Cramps have done to this point, that
Why
is,
stop there?
yeah, like that. It's the Cramps instrumentally. Ivy's actually kind of insane on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look for it.
Oh, maybe you should put it as a top song contender. Then we'll hear it.
And then we'll
Put it
hear it.
put it
Yeah.
in our playlist. Top
I
songs.
mean,
Well,
I
we'll
mean, by
see if I have
default,
any
it probably was.
space.
By default, I think it was gonna go on mine.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
you know how that goes.
Yeah, yeah.
Aside from that in this album, I mean, it's 2003, it's still older sounding, but it's older sounding with new technology, is how I would interpret it for like as I was listening to it. Um, just like it's not as grainy, it's not as dirty per se. Like it's a clean 50-60 sound. It's still not my cup of tea listening wise. But as I just got done saying with Wrong Way Ticket, musically, it is very good. Um,
I'm super curious where you guys are putting this one.
I'd say highlights for
Thank God
me,
you have to guess.
the songs that really, again, I wouldn't skip if they were in a playlist. I wouldn't skip Dr. Fucker. I wouldn't skip Elvis. Well, yeah, I won't skip Elvis. That one I have very mixed feelings about, but I wouldn't skip it. I wouldn't skip She's Got Balls, and I wouldn't skip Color Me Black. The rest, I potentially would hit the skip button more often than not.
At this point, the things you wouldn't skip, you'd have a good Cramps EP. Maybe a 7-inch.
Couple 7 inches.
Oh, Lordy, this is the color code episode, too.
Yes, it is. This is when everything will be revealed.
Everything will be revealed in this one.
Who's
Let's
got the
see.
dot?
Bill's got
For
the
whatever reason,
dot.
I have the dot.
Bill's got the dot.
Bill's got the dot. I don't know why that one went all
Let's
shrinky and
see.
weird.
I think I know where I'm gonna put it. So I think that Jason is gonna have it at 5.
Nope.
Number 2.
Nope.
Final answer, 8.
Nope. Oh, yes. Sorry. You got it.
You're just like, nope, 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 nope.
My reasoning
No, it's not even
is
on there.
it may have just been Cramps fatigue. I know it's pretty late in their career, but I feel like this album was a lot slower than previous ones. Still has some top song contenders on it, but I think overall it was a step back from the previous ones.
Well, in that case, I'll say Tim's gonna have this one at 5.
That's going to be incorrect.
Also 8.
I'm kind of going back and forth,
It's hard.
and I think, yeah, 8 is good. Could be a 7.
Could be. Yeah, I could see it being 7. Even in my rankings.
But it's going to stay at 8. Yeah.
Well, this one I'm gonna stick up at 5.
Okay.
I just stuff on it I liked better. Actually, it said like almost could like listen to it and not hate it for me.
Cool.
All right. Well, the color
And that takes
code.
us to the color code. Yeah.
Color code always tells all.
Color code tells all. Tim, you want to go first with your color code?
Sure. I've been going back and forth with this too because I thought I knew my color code. And then that little blurb I read on the back of Badsville, it ends with proceed with caution. So who am I to argue with Lux and Ivy? So if Badsville is proceed with caution, then they all are.
You're putting yellow across the whole board?
I'm going yellow across the board, but I'm saying I would give them all green.
Ooh.
But I'm going to give them all yellow. Because you should proceed with caution with these albums. If you love it, you'll love them all. If you don't, you probably won't. And I can recognize that. For me personally, though, they are all green.
Well, I'm going to look at
Jason.
it.
Okay, yeah.
What?
No, you go. You go. Just say whatever you're about to say.
I'm going to say looking at it from just this discography and not the greater wide world, I would say to proceed with caution on these two.
Sure.
But I assume you would hear this and you would like it. And if you do, I think the rest of them are green. Because if you like one, you're going to like them all.
Yeah. Yeah, see, and I was going back and forth with that reasoning as well.
I'm going positive. I'm going to counterbalance some shit that I know is coming up. I think they're a really good. They're competent musicians. If you, what does Lydia Dietz say? I am strange and unusual. If
I
you if
haven't,
you're
I haven't seen that movie in 20
yeah, I
years.
can't
So.
remember. I am in fact strange and unusual. If you are strange and unusual, I think you'll get the Cramps. And there's no other band better at what they do than the Cramps.
Right.
There's been a lot of imitators, but
And
the
you'll know
Cramps are the
pretty
best.
quick.
Yeah.
Give the playlist a chance in the next episode. And if you can make it through the playlist, then they're all great.
Bill.
So I was going back and forth with this one a lot. Actually, I really wasn't. I wasn't going back. I knew as soon as after hearing like three songs, it's like, all right, I know what direction I'm probably going here. Which is why I'll start top to bottom. So first album, we're gonna go Yellow. Just go the opposite way, just work it all out here.
You're
So going
confusing them,
Yellow.
Bill. You're confusing them.
I know.
Yeah, man,
My
we go
bad.
bottom to top here.
No, we go top. Hey, what
When
are
we
you
do
doing?
that chili
Stay up
pepper
there.
shit, things get all awry.
That's right. So we got, one Yellow. I'm also going to do two Yellow.
You gonna do 2 yellow?
Yep.
That's good. At
I'm gonna
least.
do three Yellow. And then I'm gonna do 4 through 8 Yellow because fuck you, Tim. I was gonna do that. I thought I was gonna be original.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So I thought like because I'm on the flip side of it. I didn't like any of this, but it was good musically. It was lyrically great. I just I just don't like his voice. Like
Sure.
that's where I get caught up. Do I think it's musically great? Absolutely. I'm not gonna listen to it again though, probably. Like
No,
that's just me.
sure. Fair enough.
But let's say musically though, I think yeah, it's great. And it's like if you like one, you're gonna like it all. And for me, my 1 through 8, as much as they may have seemed arbitrary, this actually is, in my opinion, like best to worst. Like ignore the color code for me. Like that, this is how I would rank these albums. So yeah.
No, I picked them because A, they're just a good Halloween band. And
Oh
B,
God, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think people should hear these. They are great for me. Um,
I mean,
and
I'm glad I listened to them because this way I can say I did. I gave it a
sure, yeah,
chance.
yeah.
And
You're now
if
aware.
yep. And
And
if
the
you're
next time
watching
somebody
this,
starts doing that Wednesday dance, you can be like, "Oh yeah, I know the Cramps."
yep.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of
What's
their stuff,
inside a
but it was
girl?
physically good. Like it's say if you're watching this video, if you have never seen the Cramps and for whatever reason you're watching this video, give them a
They're
try.
watching it for you, Bill. They're watching it for you.
They're watching it for they're
What's Bill
watching
gonna do today?
they're watching to wait, to see Jason slap the shit out of me every video. That's what they're waiting
That's
for.
right.
Oh yeah, Bill. Tim did say the color code is where the slap comes out, but you got the same color.
I mean, if he
I
wants to
think
slap
that
me
kind of
because I didn't
slapped him
like
on
it.
its own
Yeah,
when I busted out his color code.
that's a free slap right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just got clamped. You just got cramped.
Yeah.
I'm cramped. Top song contender.
It is.
Let's say I thought I was be like like the controversial one going straight yellow, but apparently Tim
Yeah,
this week.
Tim fucking saved your ass because to me, they're unique enough to where you should hear it. Like Stay Sick is such a phenomenal record.
Yeah.
It's right up my alley. I love the 50s horror. I love the other stuff. I just love the Cramps. I love the Cramps. I think they're underrated.
Do I think that at some point everyone should hear something from the Cramps? Yes. However, I think that they need to go, if you're going to listen and go into mindset, like proceed with some sort of caution because there's going to be stuff that's going to be like for me, it was his vocal tone. It could be the lyrics that you find questionable. Whatever godforsaken reason, it might be the instruments that you find that you don't like, which that would confuse me the most, in all honesty.
Like the
um,
the first thing I think of when I think of the Cramps is like true love. Like Lux and Ivy were put on this earth to find each other. I mean, it's such a sweet like the lyrics are it's just a love letter to each other. Like they're just professing their love to each other. And it may be like weird and morbid and, Tim Burton-esque, I guess is the best way to put it, and make a mainstream light, but like to me it's
Russ
just
Meyer like.
yeah, it's a love story. It's super sweet, and I
This
love it.
October does also commemorate the 100th anniversary of Edward D. Wood Jr.'s birth. So, yeah, I mean, that fits right into this discography as well. It's
Oh
very
yeah,
schlocky. It's a schlocky band, but they're fun for Halloween. They should be on your playlist.
you should definitely have some eyeballs in or your martini, like on any kind of Halloween mixtape you make.
Yeah.
Throw some fucking
I
Cramps
was a
on there.
teenage werewolf.
It's so good. Joe should check out the Cramps. Like we saw a band open. I can't remember who they opened for, but they were called The Horror, and I was just like, oh man, this is so good. It's like the Cramps. It was less psychobilly, more punk, but they had
Okay.
elements of the Cramps in there. And like they only put out an EP, and Joe fucking loved it. I was like, dude, you gotta check out the Cramps. But
I mean, you can hear this DNA throughout a whole bunch of stuff.
a
Like I
whole
mentioned,
lot of shit.
way like I don't think you get a Queens of the Stone Age without this band. I don't think you get uh, Green Day without this band. Um, like this big, there's a simplicity to this that is so raw and so honest that it's just punk rock by default.
If you have never, just go on YouTube and look up the Cramps live and just watch them live, and you really get a sense of that like simplicity, but craziness at the same
Yeah.
time. Like there's just something about this band that's just it just hits all the right notes for me.
And 2 out of 3 ain't bad, isn't that right, Meatloaf?
damn right. Ain't no way I'm ever going to love you.
Stick around. Top Songs is next. Like I said, you're at playlist link channel. You can watch our album review all the way through. Then you can watch our top songs. Then you can watch our art video, and then you can listen to the Cramps
Yep.
with our top song list. So
Within a week after that video posts.
yes, give us a week because it takes us a minute to actually get coordinated and do shit. So we're old, we're drunk.
Sometimes we pick deep cuts that are a little spicier to find.
Yeah, as long as I can spell it, deep cuts are okay with me. Stick around for that. Be safe and make great decisions.
Listen to at least one Cramps album.
Oh, wait, before we do that, my last question to you, Bill. Is the Cramps a better Halloween band than Paramore?
I mean, yeah.
What was this? You're getting a slap just for that hand motion. You're getting cramped for that. Just for that hand motion.
I was weighing my options here.
Duh. I'm fucking plugging Weekend at Bernie's at the end of this motherfucker for Paramore. If you haven't seen our Paramore videos, go check those out. Be safe, make good decisions.